This is a serious question. My son is 8 years old. I'm a single mother. The father is not around at all. He only sees his son on the holidays. My son is online looking at pornography. I looked at his tablet history and I asked him, how does he even know about pornography? My son said he learned from kids at school, and inside the search history, he is viewing rainbow sex. My son is viewing rainbow sex. He's Googling, what does rainbow mean? And I'm worried, asking him, why are you looking at rainbow things on the internet? He's saying they're teaching him about it in school. I do not want the rainbow agenda being pushed on my baby. What can I do? Second question, my son is around me all the time. What can I do to make him more masculine, being a feminine female and the only adult he sees in the house as a single mother? Oh my. My. The rainbow culture, the rainbow agenda, rainbow genocide. My dear mother, here's what I would say. Number one, I would write a letter to the principal asking clarity on the rainbow content within the curriculum. I would also write a letter to the chair of the school board asking clarity on the rainbow content in the curriculum to make sure the classroom teacher isn't pushing anything on your child that has not been sanctioned by school district policy. That's number one. Start writing letters. Write to the principal, write to the chair of the school board, talk to other parents, see if their children are reporting the same thing. We do know there's a rainbow agenda in the black public and charter schools, thanks to Barack Obama. Thanks to Barack Obama. Thanks to Barack Obama, there is a rainbow agenda in the classroom. Now, if it's a part of the curriculum, it's nothing you can do except organize with other black parents. Go to the school board meeting and demand that it is removed. Number two, you need to put some parental controls on your son's iPhone and tablet. You need to put some parental controls on your son's iPhone and tablet. Contact your cell phone provider and ask them, how can you put some parental controls on your son's access to the internet? You may have to block the internet altogether unless he is surfing in your presence. You may have to block the internet altogether unless he is surfing in your presence. You also want to ask your son whether he has been touched inappropriately by anyone. You may want to ask your son if he has been touched inappropriately by anyone. And then the most important thing for you to do is to give your son a cultural education on traditional African forms of family and intimacy. Then you need to give your son a cultural education on traditional African forms of family and intimacy. In other words, you need to let him know that we are not about that life. You need to let your son know that we are not about that life. You need to let your son know that we are not about that life. Okay? Okay? Black America has to take some responsibility for this because we supported Obama, and when he brought the agenda into the public school, we didn't say a damn word. Black America has to take some responsibility for this because we supported Obama, and when he brought that agenda into the school, the black community was quiet as a church mouse. So we are also responsible for this because the president who brought it looked like you, and you didn't say one word to him when he brought this agenda into the school. Okay, but you must fight this. Take your son around strong alpha males. Get your son a strong alpha male big brother. Get him in some alpha male activity, chess, martial arts, okay, robotics, football, basketball, and I do think we overdo football and basketball, but get your son around some men. He can't be up under you all day. He's not going to join the rainbow. He's not going to walk under the rainbow just because he's always around his mother. It takes more than that, okay? Your son is not at the age where he is desiring anybody romantically. So hanging around his mom is not going to turn him into the rainbow. However, you could be socializing your son to think, act, and behave like a female. You could be socializing your son unconsciously into thinking and acting like a female, and you don't want to do that, because if he thinks and acts like a woman, he's going to come to the attention of the recruiters, the rainbow recruiters, and the rainbow recruiters will approach and proposition your son. So you have to make sure you're not softening him up for the kill. You have to make sure you're not softening him up for the kill. You have to make sure you're not softening him up for the kill. And why isn't the father involved? Where is the father? Why isn't the father involved? Where is the father? Why isn't the father involved? Where is the father? Get your son around some strong men and give him a solid cultural education on traditional forms of African family and romance, because this is cultural genocide. It's cultural genocide. They are pushing anti-African forms of family onto young, innocent black children, and the black community isn't doing anything about it. Talk to your son. Find out what's going through his mind. Find out if other children are touching him. You have to find this out. You have to find this out. I remember when I was about 8 years old. I think I was your son's age. Maybe I might have been. I could have been. I was about 8, 9, or 10. Me and my cousin were playing in North Philly. And inside of the police athletic league, we were at the police athletic league. That's where we would go and play around. And we was into wrestling at the time. You know, Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan and Junkyard Dog and Tito Santana and the Iron Sheik and Abdullah the Butcher, who I met at Nat Turner Land on August the 21st. Abdullah the Butcher came to Nat Turner Land, and we was playing in the wrestling ring because we was into wrestling. And this Caucasian kid was there. And so, you know, we hitting the ropes. We not wrestling each other. We just hitting the ropes and acting like we jumping off the top. You know, we doing Hulk Hogan stuff and Randy Savage. We was into wrestling, me and my cousin. So this white kid came, and we practicing our wrestling moves and everything, not on each other, but, you know, alone inside the wrestling ring. We was hype. You know, we in the wrestling ring. We used to make the fake wrestling belts out of cardboard and aluminum foil. Anybody remember making the fake wrestling belts out of cardboard and aluminum foil? And so then this white kid comes into the wrestling ring. This white kid, he's our same age, 8 or 9 years old, Police Athletic League, North Philly. And this white kid says, "Hey, you guys want a FUCK?" Me and my cousin stopped and looked at each other. What the white boy said, "Hey, do you guys want to?" And he didn't say FUCK. He said the word, "Do you want to F?" And me and my cousin looked at each other and we ran out the building. This 8, 9-year-old white kid who didn't even know us. This 8, 9-year-old white boy, and I'm not saying every white kid is interested in same-sex interactions, but you don't even know us. You come into the Police Athletic League, and the first thing out of his mouth to 2 strangers, "Do you want to F?" And we ran out the Police Athletic League and told our moms. We ran straight home and told our mothers, because we didn't know nothing about that. We was innocent. The only intimacy we know is black man, black woman. And we was too early, too young. And that white kid at 8 years old, you parents better be careful. You parents better be careful. And that was way before the rainbow agenda. See, one thing I need y'all to understand. All of the white psychologists, the fathers of white psychologists, Sigmund Freud and others. And if you don't believe me, Do your research. The fathers of white psychology taught same-sex interactions amongst boys is a healthy part of adolescent male development. Same-sex relationships amongst boys is a healthy part of adolescent male development. This is what they teach. So for those of you who putting your kids in them all-white private schools, and those all-white football teams, and those all-white baseball teams, and those all-white wrestling teams, and your child is being raised in an all-white neighborhood, keep playing around. Sigmund Freud said what? Same-sex relations amongst boys is a healthy part of adolescent development. He put his hands on me and I left him. He won't see his kids. Okay, let me deal with that. My beautiful African queen, you just said your children's father put his hands on you and he will not see them. I want to push back on this just a little bit. I totally agree. You could not be around that man anymore because he is a domestic offender. No black woman should tolerate domestic abuse. Your children's father is a domestic offender. I understand. However, that is not an excuse to not let him see his children. Supervised visitation does exist. Supervised visitation does exist. You have a right to never be around him again, but your children have a right to know their father. Your children has a right to know their father. Arrange for supervised visitation at family court or the local police precinct. Arrange for supervised visitation at family court or the local police precinct. Your issues with the dad are your issues with the dad, and we agree you should not accept abuse anytime for any reason. But that is not a justification to deny a child their father. It is not a justification to deny a child their father unless he is abusive to the children. If he is abusive to the children, he cannot see them until he gets some help. If he's abusive to the children, he cannot see them until he gets some help. But if he's not abusing the children, you cannot punish them. Remember, you had sex with this man. We're not condemning you, my sister, because you didn't know what he was about. We're not condemning you, my sister. It's not your fault. We don't always see everything. But supervised visitation is necessary. Ladies, my dear queens, it's 7:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My beautiful African queens, it is 7:20 a.m. on a Sunday, church day. You should not be sending me eye candy at 7:20 in the morning. In addition to that, my beautiful African sister, you don't have enough meat on your bones for my taste. I don't really do the skinny women, so I would greatly appreciate that you not send me any more photos before you make me throw up. Let's get back to the Black Parent Teleconference. Let's get back. You need to go on a serious eating binge because you need some meat. Where is the beef? Keep your nude pictures in your phone with your nasty skinny ass. Let's get back to the chat. Let's get back to the Black parents. Kayla in New York City. Kayla in New York City. Kayla in New York City. Where's the beef she needs to eat? Where's the beef she needs to eat? Where's the beef she needs to eat? She need to go to GNC and get some weight gain. My sister who sent me that very inappropriate photo, I want you to go to the General Nutrition Center and get you some weight gain. I need you to bulk up. You need at least a good 40 pounds on that body for me to even look at you. But anyway,